So, when I ask, what is Odoo? What comes to mind? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But some people also say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. I mean, whatever your business needs. Manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So, what is Odoo? Well, I guess Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it. Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
It's Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 27th, 2025, and this is the Washington Times front page. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm George Gerbo. 2 West Virginia National Guard troops were critically wounded after an ambush shooting in Washington, D.C. Mary Bell and Mike Glenn report the gunfire occurred around 2:15 p.m. outside the Farragut West Metro Station at 17th and I Streets Northwest, just 2 blocks from the White House. D.C. police said the lone gunman came around a corner, raised a gun, and immediately began firing at the National Guard troops who were deployed in Washington as part of President Trump's increased law enforcement measures. Police said law enforcement officials returned fire and wounded the gunman. All 3 wounded were taken to a hospital where the National Guard troops were reported in critical condition. Officials said the 29-year-old suspect, an Afghan national, entered the U.S. in 2021 through a Biden administration program that evacuated and resettled tens of thousands of Afghans after the U.S. withdrawal from the country. A new study says most claims for the medical benefits of cannabis and cannabinoids have insufficient evidence to support them. Sean Salai reports the review of randomized clinical trials published Wednesday in the Journal of the American Medical Association also flagged cardiovascular and psychiatric health risks from medical marijuana use, especially when inhaled. It urged doctors to warn patients more clearly of those dangers. The study noted that 27% of U.S. and Canadian adults report ever having used cannabis for medical purposes, reflecting a steady increase as most states have legalized health-related use since 1996. Another 10.5% of U.S. residents report using therapeutic cannabidiol, a chemical compound extracted from cannabis that does not produce psychoactive effects. Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te has launched a media offensive to clarify that his government, or at least his party, is determined to defend the island. Andrew Salmon reports his messages in recent days are aimed at 3 audiences: the U.S., Taiwanese citizens, and Japan. In a Tuesday op-ed published in the Washington Post, followed by a Wednesday press conference in Taipei, he announced a $40 billion supplementary budget to procure weapons. U.S. sources indicate that the Chinese military has been tasked with being capable of conducting an invasion of Taiwan by 2027. Digital elves are fast replacing Santa's helpers when people buy holiday gifts, according to marketing experts who say AI companions have become the preferred way to hunt for deals. Sean Salai reports a Harris Poll survey published Tuesday found 79% of marketers attending a recent Association of National Advertisers conference said chatbots have supplanted web browsers as the new search for bargain hunters. A report on the findings noted that algorithms steering online product recommendations are rewriting the rules of how consumers engage with products and services. This could include retraining marketers to interact directly with AI chatbots, ensuring that companies aren't filtered out of what shoppers find and purchase through conversational prompts. And finally, some are speculating former First Lady Michelle Obama has joined the growing number of Americans taking a GLP-1 weight loss medication. Susan Ferricchio reports Obama's recent appearance coincides with an increase in GLP-1 prescriptions, especially for off-label purposes, which means there's no underlying medical condition such as type 2 diabetes. The number of people prescribed GLP-1 medications who are neither obese nor suffering from conditions related to diabetes jumped from fewer than 7,600 in 2018 to nearly 108,000 in 2023, according to a study published recently in the American Journal of Managed Care. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. I'm George Gerbo, wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's LIBSYN, ads.com today.